T.
Let's get into it here. Jump game number 2. Myth in the jungle need to rally here. And already finding Sudaro in the river here. That's a great way to start. They'll take that, no problem. But Talanis is also down here in the bottom as well. She is very smartly going to back, not try and contest this. Tried to actually pull that Mike Golem down into the lane, but not quite able to do so there. A nice attempt at a play, not quite finding it there, as it is Myth in the jungle with our first blood.
Myth in the jungle, we wanted them to have a little bit of aggression. They do just that. Raz, Madeline, he found himself a difficulty in the last time. Now Mowgli, we talked about as well, he needed to provide a little bit more direction for his team. Mina, not the most aggressive necessarily of junglers. She has some skirmish opportunities, but definitely going to have to be something that they change. It looks like they're just going to push themselves up double in the mid, keep these lanes pushed. I like this decision.
I like it too. I mean, we see Mina, she has the potential to be that sort of the bullet, as you said, in these skirmishes, and she has the potential to get some nice picks, find the taunt, all that stuff for the pickoffs there. But the team has to be there to follow up. And once again, we see Sudaro. He's been identified as the threat for Myth in the jungle, and they're going to try and shut him down as best as possible. But we do have Talanis struggling. She's constantly trying to back. Ryoma is just going to win that lane wholeheartedly. And now, because of that, Ryoma might be looking for some flanks.
Azur going to have to be forced. They're going to trade positions over in the bush. You come to my bush, I'll go to yours. Yoshimitsu being forced to walk around. Now, Yoshimitsu found himself on the Raz in game number 1, finds himself on the Tulin here in game number 2, trying to show up a little bit of that extra diversity, as Sudaro and Madeline are going to have to be fighting themselves off a little bit. Sudaro does have to be careful.
Did you see that dodge, though? That was sick.
Yeah.
He gets the leap over and dodging the skill shot coming out there from the Raz. That's actually kind of funny to watch, as we see the Abyssal Dragon being the target now for the side of Myth in the jungle, rotating all the members around here as well. They do have a lot of initial damage there, though. Trying to go onto this Abyssal Dragon. Can they secure that, though? It is looking to be King, looking to try and snipe this out, and is able to do so with the Wailing Blade. King there, beautifully timed, and now it is Mowgli, who is the target for the side of Myth in the jungle. Oh, or the target for the side of Vitality, I should say. Myth in the jungle, retreating to the jungle with a great snipe from Vitality.
Great little snipe, and the Abyssal Dragon goes into their favor. Now, this stabilization I like. Vitality, despite the very powerful early game, the efficient early game that we've seen them throughout the entirety of the Valor series thus far, have done a great job at recognizing the skirmish potential of Myth in the jungle. And so if they're going to fight, it has to be as a whole. One last auto attack from Moon is not going to do it. Mowgli will survive, barely walking away. That Mina does live.
What a misplay from Vitality. They started focusing on another target there. They thought she was dead. They thought they had her dead to rights, but not able to do so. And now, again, I'm talking about the power of Talanis. She either plays the lane super safe or she's a pushing goddess. And we are seeing how she is pushing down there in the bottom lane as well. That is something that is going to have to be dealt with by the side of Vitality. And as they're rightly doing so, rotating 2 down to deal with her.
We are at the 3.5-minute mark. One of the slower starts from Vitality thus far. It is definitely a different one that we are seeing from them. 500 gold, however, in their advantage. Up 1-0. They win. They find themselves in the semifinals. Now, they do not have to go up against Team Noob until the finals of this. They will have to end up finding themselves against Abyssal. Sudaro able to get himself a nice little piece. We're seeing some skirmishes on the top side of the map.
Yes, we are. Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. They're going in, finding 3 kills is the side of Vitality as the pressure is being put across the board. You're seeing the 1v1, or now the 2v1 down here in the bottom lane, as Heartstruck is actually surviving underneath that tower beautifully up against the Ryoma and that Lumber. The fight breaking out in the top as well, and that was just a solid play across the board from Vitality.
So now, as we have started ourselves a nice little reset again, Abyssal Dragon has respawned. Myth in the jungle have tangoed quite efficiently, but they have to be careful, because if this game gets past the 7 and 8 minute mark and they don't have any form of significant advantage, team fights will be in the favor of Vitality.
In this mid game, it is going to be a big factor here, but of course, the later this goes, with the Talanis, with the Lindis, there is the potential here that Myth in the jungle can make something happen, and they're taking this early Abyssal Dragon, but they are losing quite a lot for it as the tower is going to get on that pressure in the Slayer side, which of course, starting to be transitioned now for the side of Vitality, pushing towards the additional buff, but we do see Mowgli in the mid lane trying to peel for his team, but we have Max in the flanks.
Oh, Sudaro!
With the snipe under the tower, nowhere is safe, dear sir, as I will hunt you down, says the young Max, and that was a solid play for Vitality, but no! The trade coming in, Yoshimitsu, that Tulin, so scary.
You snipe me, I snipe you. It's the battle of the snipers, as both Yoshimitsu and Sudaro were able to secure themselves a kill in both ways. But again, to the advantage of Vitality, it is objectives over the kills. Yeah, Sudaro got the kill, but it wasn't until after he acquired that tower in the top side of the map.
Sudaro doing work across the board right now, getting value everywhere on the map here. And that is exactly what you need to be doing as a max. That is sort of your position right now as we see the side of Vitality start to reset and look towards this next objective phase, which of course is going to be that Dark Slayer.
Ooh, Oxy walks away so close to the Lindis being able to walk away wholeheartedly, as now Mowgli and Hardstuck have caught themselves out. King does have the potential to do it. You saw the flicker on the inside, but in the meanwhile, you have an aggression on the middle of the map, but King is going to end up walking away very closely. That tower's going to go down. Ryoma, you are going to have to head the heck out of dodge.
That was it, but it is Moon finding 2 weak targets down there as well. Mowgli is going to be the target here. She's going to go in. Moon trying to find this. The wheel is there, and that is them breaking the wheel over the face of the side of the jungle. In the myth, in the jungle. That was it right there as we see Moon and crew going in.
So now we have 6-minute mark. It is the Dark Slayer that is alive. The next Abyssal Dragon is coming very soon as well. Vitality recognizes the advance that they have. And so what are they going to do? They're going to secure themselves a tower. They're going to float themselves towards this bottom side of the map. Azur wants to make sure that he's ready to go. Meanwhile, Sudaro will secure him a tower in the top side of the map. And just like this, it's where rotations are working in their favor. Sudaro props a very preemptive ultimate to acquire vision while the rest of his team secures the Abyssal Dragon. And the lead is ever growing for Vitality.
Look at this timing from Vitality. Sudaro causing a 4-man rotation from the side of Myth in the jungle right as the dragon spawned. That was not coincidence. That was just solid, precise, pristine macro play coming out from the side of Vitality here. But the Spirit Sentinel is up, the Dark Slayer is up, and Myth in the jungle, they're going to contest.
They're going to contest indeed. Mowgli is going to have to channel every animal that he can speak to, because they are going to have to do something very different if they want an opportunity to win. And just like that, they might actually be able to do so. Moon, however, is able to pick himself up a kill. Mowgli and the rest of the team are trying to do something, but the Violet is raining havoc down on the hopes and dreams of Myth in the jungle. 4 down. Hardstuck is left alive, but he's going to have a lot of damage. You're going to have a nice little done. That's going to be one. That's going to be the 6-shot revolver kick into the kill. Redemption, killing off all the time members of Myth in the jungle.
That was the ace all the while through that fight. Redemption, Moon, the threats, the powerhouses for Vitality. There is a reason that we talk about them time and time again. That was crazy. The Dark Slayer is being looked at now for the side of Vitality. Myth in the jungle after a full ace. They gotta be feeling bad. And now Myth in the jungle are afraid of their own, as that's where Vitality is currently residing.
They're lurking on the side. Yoshimitsu did use 2 of those blinks. He's going to have to be careful because those cooldowns are going to be a little bit longer. He's going to have to be forced. Still has the flicker available. Azur might find himself a little bit, but that is a very tanky rock, as King will find himself actually dead due to a nice little 3-man rotation. So a little bit of a cheeky play by Vitality, but it was recovered immediately. Myth in the jungle picking themselves up a kill and starting to push on the bottom side of the map.
I have to give props to Myth in the
Oh no, Yoshimitsu!
Oh no! Debated, sir! Oh, that was a feels bad, man. That was not where he wanted to be. He had an instant there where he could have killed the rock, but that was not it at all.
It was just enough of a stall, however, for Myth in the jungle to pick themselves up a tier 2 on the bottom side of the map. So despite losing, they're able to help themselves out. However, you're going to have the ultimate being done out there by Azur to stop them out. King, in the meanwhile, is going to try to give himself a little damage. Sudaro's coming, going, saying, "Hello, Mowgli. You are not the king of the jungle today," as he falls. And just like that, Vitality find themselves, again, 5,000 gold lead.
5,000 gold lead, but that's not a whole lot in the scheme of things, especially when you consider the fact that you're going up against a Lindis and a Telanus here. There is a lot of carry potential over on the side of Myth in the jungle. However, once again, it is the Raz that is not doing a whole lot here. He's going to need to recover throughout this and start to do some damage of his own because he's so squishy as well. So we'll see how that plays out for them here. Interesting.
Redemption at 9.5 minutes is already level 14. 1 level away. You can look at the experience points. He's actually less than 200 experience away, less than 50 experience away from securing himself onto that level 15. It is quite the massacre that he's been able to create thus far. You can see him bobbing and weaving. The damage of that ultimate that he threw onto the Madeline. Madeline being forced to flicker away because Moon was able to almost pick up that kill onto him. Meanwhile, it is an absolute trading of the abilities from both of these teams that they're going to have to get a reset. Sudaro being forced to walk away as well. A little bit of damage coming out of Myth in the jungle.
I mean, a little bit of damage. They have double mage, double ADC. Their whole draft is about doing that damage. The only support coming in is that Mina. And Myth in the jungle, they need to be able to hold on to this just a little bit longer. If they can get to the late game, the carry potential they have at their disposal is crazy. It's not going to be potential any longer. It's just going to be outright domination.
But Mowgli, unfortunately, as the only engage tool for Myth in the jungle, has to walk up into the face of Vitality just to try to see if he can use that scythe to pull a member in. But as a result, the range of Vitality is too strong for them, as they're going to secure themselves a high ground turret in the middle side of the map. Moon will find himself in a rough spot. Have going to be forced to use the Endure. I love the little piece of knowledge that they had on that mechanical play, but it wasn't going to be enough. Dominating goes Redemption. Azure survives, just rocks away from dust. But instead, they secure themselves a 4 for 5. Oxy, the last one left remaining. I don't think he's going to be able to have enough Vitality. It was a flexing of the muscles. 11-15, triple kill by Redemption, and they walk away with the match point.